Hello, hello, everybody. Does it smell like jelly beans?
Ah, this smells like jelly beans.
Oh, shit. It does smell like jelly
Ah,
beans.
this smells like jelly beans.
Yeah, coming at you, talking shit. Tuesdays, 8 o'clock, regularly scheduled programming. Today we are talking the last ICE muscle car, the last internal combustion engine muscle car will be the Mustang. We are going to read an article today that outlines someone that has some pretty inside information that seems to be pretty legit. According to the article, the Mustang is going to be made for the S650 specifically will not be a brand new chassis. I thought it was going to be the skateboard thing where the Explorer body, this and this and that. No, apparently they're going to tweak the current Mustang chassis, and they're going to extend it for another 8 years or so. Late, 2030, you'll probably see the last internal combustion engine Mustang with a V8 come out of the assembly line. According to the article, there's a bunch of surprises. A lot of people speculated what motor is going to end up in there, but you will see that in the article that a lot of the stuff I said has come true. A couple of surprises in there, and I think they're interesting to talk about. So the first 15 minutes, we're just going to read an article because I can read really fast as opposed to half of you dumb motherfuckers out there that still do not know that how to data log with an N gauge. Hell, wait till you start data logging with RTD. She is going to be a fucking rude awakening. Rude awakening. We only got 80 viewers on. What the fuck's going on? Maybe the channel finally hit its end. So, as always, get them likes up. Anything above 50% engagement rate, we're good to go. So, we're going to talk to the people here, say hi, you doing? And then we're going to read the article and all that other bullshit. Denzel says Trump 2024. Tony Rodas says Alex Ford Performance 5.2 Coyote Black, is that the same as the Predator? Yes, Tony Rodas. The Ford Performance 5.2 Black is the new hotness. Without sleeves, the 2020 GT500s are well over 1,000 wheel. And generally there's a lot more beef in the cylinder wall area, and it seems to be stout, and you don't need to sleeve it or aftermarket sleeve it. So it seems to be pretty stout, and a lot of people are building on it. Lund Racing's all brand new motor program for 2021 racing season, which is coming up. I know it's like the end of it, but honestly racing season is like late. It's into fall because that's when mod nats and all the other bullshit, maybe FL2K, maybe other things depending on what pops up, maybe a rental or two, who knows. But yeah, it is the same. Kanye Asada, Gallo Bravo, Kenny G, Clip Clop the Horse, Cuban Coyote checking in. Cuban Coyote caused a stir. He posted a story on his Instagram of his car on a flatbed, but it was on the way to the dyno. And everybody was like, oh, Lund Racing blew up your car. I knew it. It was just a matter of time until Lund Racing fucked your shit up. Lund Racing sucks. Remote tuning is whack. Then the next story, he's on the dyno making horsepower. And I'm like, you stupid motherfuckers. He simply just towed it to the dyno. We got some baseline numbers, and I said, all right, I guess he had some tire rubbing issues. So he said, hey, Alex, you think we can continue this on the street? I'm like, continue on the street, do your thing. We'll get you caught up. And I think he's doing some shootout stuff. So hopefully we get some data logs in, at night, make sure the car's running good, and you can go out there and enjoy your time. I got Cuban Coyote, Blake Bailey, Five-Way Josh, Andrew Baker, Brett Burke, who seems to admire my body all the time. Macho Matt, Admiral Coyote, Gallo Bravo, Bam Bam's Flow, Five-Way Josh, Slow 99, YouTube, Corrupt, Anti, Free Speech. Why does the live chat work on replay sometimes? It seems like every few shows the live doesn't work. The Last Night's Dating channel, yes. So what happens is copyright restrictions. The moment I get a copyright strike, they give me three options. Mute it, trim it, or keep it demonetized. So I choose to trim it, and it kills the chat. I choose to mute it, it kills the chat. So the moment a copyright restriction pops up, I get the live chat deleted from the replay. So it's not something I do. They just automatically do it based on the copyright restriction. Blake Bailey became a Bitch I Love a member. Thank you very much. JD Swags in the house. We got Kilometers. My shit blows up. Says, hey, first time I made a chat in time. We got Emilio, Troy Johnson, Too Sick Coyote, Rich GT350R, Troy Johnson, Malegros, HDFU grad, Donald Trump is in the house. Billions and Billions runs 15s, says, good evening, Alex. Yeah, run 15s. I remember your shit. I like how people come in here like they think I have no fucking good memory, and he's out there on the fucking on the comments saying you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. To make a model plaid launch, you don't know shit, and Ice Carl beat it. You think I don't? I reply to your dumb ass. The fuck out of here. I love how people think they can just pop in here and slide, and those are the type of people that give you the heavy dislike. Okay, guys, let's get to the article because let's do some reading for you guys today. Okay, what we got here is an article from Muscle Cars and Trucks. And the beginning, most of the article is blah, 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 S650, blah, 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 what motor is going to be in it, blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the meat of it. S650 engines. Out the gate, the 2023 Mustang will have a familiar stable of powertrains before a refresh in a few years that will add hybrid electrification. Did some guy named Alex say that the Mustang will be hybrid? This means that a 2.3-liter EcoBoost Turbo 4 and a 5-liter Coyote at the start, with the 755 Predator V8 to follow. So the same shit we got going on now. We do not expect a 5.2 flip, plane, crank Voodoo V8 to reemerge after the discontinuation of the Shelby 350 and 350R. Our sources more or less debunked the 6.8 V8 rumor for the S650 Mustang. For those of you that don't speak fucking English, that means no Godzilla and no Godzilla variant for the S650. But, oh, what the fuck did I do? But they don't discount it for the future. For the future, they don't discount it. But for now, S650 is not, I repeat, is not getting a 6.8 or a 7.0 because this car is going to have an 8-year run, aka 2030 is where the S650 is slated to end. This is all rumors. This is from this article, so it could all be 100% bullshit. But what does that mean for us tuners? Hope that we have at least 8 more years of tuning a V8 Mustang or a internal combustion engine Mustang. Hope, meaning I can probably work for another 8 years tuning new stuff. That's all that means, really. So the pricing is going to be the same shit. It's going to be high 40s, high 50s, and then $100,000 for a fucking GT500. Just dumb shit. But let's get to the end of the article that I think it's a very telling couple of paragraphs. The S650 Mustang will be the last ICE muscle car standing. Internal combustion engine. Our sources describe the life cycle of the S650 Mustang as one that will be the finish of a long bridge towards electrification. In other words, Ford Motor Company will sweat the asset and it will have a long life cycle. 8 years, in fact. Just like the S550, which entered in the fray in 2014, some analysts pinned the electric Ford Mustang to emerge by 2028. But 2030 seems like the more likely outcome. The end of the decade feels far enough away, but the clock is ticking in what feels like a speed run mode. When that time approaches, the last of the internal combustion engine muscle cars will have rolled off the assembly line. General Motors and its all-electric future has the Camaro, as we know it, reportedly giving way to an electric performance sedan. Across town, the new French overlords pulling the strings at Dodge have a brand new, completely rethinking the Charger and Challenger formula as electric vehicles by 2024. It's an extreme likelihood that the S650 Mustang will be the last American muscle car with an internal combustion engine. This makes us recall the sage words of Ferdinand Porsche, which say the last car built on Earth will surely be a sports car. In this case, the last V8 muscle car will be a Mustang. In a way, history doesn't repeat itself, but it sure as hell rhymes. So what does that mean for those of you that don't have any good listening comprehension? What that literally means is Ford is going to stretch out the S650 until 2030 because they're going to use that as a bridge for electrification, meaning they're going to do hybrid, they're going to do a whole bunch of shit. And one day, the last internal combustion engine Mustang car, performance car, because I don't think a Mustang is a muscle car. I've never thought of the Mustang as muscle. Muscle to me is Charger, Challenger, Barracuda, Chevelle. I'm trying to think other cars like an AMC, Which one was that thing? I forget. The AMC, whatever the fuck. They had some red, white, and blue ones. You guys will correct me because you guys know fucking everything. So I think I've always thought of it as a pony car, something that's in between muscle and general vehicles. So when they say muscle car, I guess it has morphed into muscle because of the modernization of the performance engine and the Coyote. I'm telling you guys, without the Coyote, the Mustang would have been dead a long time ago. And a lot of people don't understand my affinity, my affection, my adoration for the Coyote engine, right? The Coyote engine kept Mustang alive. Do you think a 5.8 locked cam Trinity motor would have been efficient, powerful, and versatile enough to be put in a truck, to be put in a Mustang, to be put in many vehicles so that then it would last a long time and Ford can stretch it out? Ford built this engine in late, they offered it in late 2010. We are now in 2021, 10 years later, and this engine has no end in sight. The variants like the Delta or the Sigma or whatever the fuck, they end up just stretching it out. And this Coyote engine at the end of the day will have maybe 2 or 3 more iterations, small things here and there to basically stretch it out until electrification takes place. That means the Coyote engine is that good that Ford decided not to start a whole brand new engine to put in their pony/muscle car, aka it would be really stupid for you to think that Ford was going to put a 7-liter fucking dumb dinosaur motor in a car and stretch that out. Cafe standards, weight, packaging, the whole performance, the whole 9 yards. So a lot of you guys that thought that Ford was going to come out with a 6.8 variant from a 7-liter, according to this article, you're fucking wrong. Matt Long says AMX. Thank you. So I think that engine saved Mustang. 2-valve, trash. 3-valve, trash. 4-valve, Coyote variant. Terminator variant. Dual overhead cam, 32-valve Coyote. Pretty good. Mach 1 motor, pretty good. Then, boom, they went Coyote. Obviously, they went 3-valve in between. It's like a rebound going back to like an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, and you're just like, oh man, these years are lost because 3-valve years were just lost years. And then Coyote came out and changed the game, and that's when I opened my eyes and went, wait a minute, what's going on here? Ford has something pretty badass, and I'm going to pay attention to it. And Ford has stayed with that engine, and it has changed performance. There are LS guys now that are buying Mustangs because they simply cannot deny the performance. No cam swap, no head swap, nothing. Fuel, boost, and the thing just rolls the hell out. 10R80 cars with some weight reduction and some bolt-ons, they're 10-second cars. And some super badass fuel, some have been in the 9s. NA. So it's really difficult to ignore the performance potential. And even Ford said, let's ride this pig out until it's over. And according to the article, Ford will have the last ICE performance V8 or engine period in the S650 Mustang by 2030 when electrification will take over the world. What does that mean in the future? 8 more years of swaps. That's right. 8 more years of swaps. For those of you that have Coyote swaps. Right now, Gen 3 is so hot. Gen 2 F-150 engine is insanely hot because the world ran out of Gen 2 Mustang engines. New in the box, brand new from Ford. Ford still has a bunch of F-250 Coyotes, F-150 Gen 2 Coyotes, F-150 Gen 2 Coyote. And that is selling lot hotcakes. Then Gen 3 is going to come around. Then whatever variant of Gen 3/Gen 3B will come out, people will swap that. So I think the future, at least the immediate future, is pretty good. But I've always told myself, if I'm tuning in 5 years, I have failed myself. I have failed myself if I am tuning in 5 years. I do not want to tune for 5 more years. It's just, that means that I haven't grown. And you see the finish line. Guys, the finish line is 2030. You see it. There is a end. This is the first time where someone has pseudo-verified the end. And I'm going to be one of the first ones that goes, all right, I gotta, again, this is plan B. Selling myself, having a talk show, kind of like doing stuff, being a spokesperson. That's plan B. And if I can merge that into plan A, I will. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep tuning, stay in the industry. But if I'm not out of it by 5 years, I'm 48 years old, I have failed myself. It's just not something I want to do for 5 more years. We'll send you guys fucking flex tunes for 5 more years. Fuck that shit. No, thank you. So I'll talk to all the people here. We'll see what the deal is, and we'll see what your thoughts are on the whole electrification, the S650, Ford verifying no, or at least through that article, no Godzilla, no pushrod V8. Sorry, Fox Body guys. It's not going to be in a brand new Mustang unless it's in a Cobra Jet variant, which you're not going to buy anyway. So let's see what we got going on here. Viewer activity. We got a couple people that joined. Jake Labe. Just wanted to say thanks, Alex, for helping me get my GT500 dialed in and putting in the extra work to tune around the intake. Did I tune around the intake? I didn't know if I tuned around the intake, but I'm sorry. I'm tuning like 7 or 8 GT500s right now at the same time. So maybe the name doesn't ring a bell. Maybe your email might ring a bell. Who knows? Trent Steiger, coming in way too high power. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Someone said this is sad. Guys, the finish line is there. 2030. It's over. Guys, it's over, and you have to get with it. It's over.
Johnny.
It's over.
It's over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You just don't turn it off!
You're now seeing people's eyes open up to the performance capabilities of electric. A lot of you guys probably watched my show a long time. You're like, you probably thought 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was on fucking crack. I'm a millwright. I come from the industrial world. I come from a world that you guys don't know what the fuck happens half the time, and almost everything in that world is electric. Let me put little man away, because if he gets a little curious out there chewing on shit, I'll be mad. Where you at, little man? Good boy. There we go. All right, so back to what we were talking about, because I hear him rustling around. I'm like, man, he's gonna chew on something and it's not gonna be a good time. So you guys must have thought I was crazy, but I come from the industrial world. I see the future. The industrial world tells you what's gonna happen in general. And the industrial world was all electric 20 years ago. People started understanding that the electric revolution is going to happen. I understand you guys think, well, those cars can't survive without fossil fuels. I understand that, and I agree, but the performance is not in ICE vehicles. Did you see the video of Unplugged Performance doing an all-wheel drive burnout in a Model S Plaid? Oh, that's the dumbest, most boring burnout I've ever seen. Yeah, but that means someone has hacked in there. Someone has hacked into the Model Plaid S computer, and I think they posted a story of them doing an all-wheel drive burnout. I might have missed it. It might have been on 1320 video. 1320 video, which I hate going there because I don't think they serve racing in a popular fashion. I think they're, please, I got plenty of things to say about them dudes. Here we go. So on their Instagram, if you go to, stop. There we go. Where are you? 1080p monitor. I always, eventually I'm going to label this properly so I don't lose it. So this is 1320 video, Unplugged Performance, doing an all-wheel drive burnout in a Plaid. Now, a lot of you guys would say, I don't get it. What's so great about that? That means Unplugged Performance has either access or hacked into the traction control system. Once we start breaking stuff, that's when shit's going to get really good. Nostra fucking Damas says, Troy Johnson, guys, you keep doubting me, and that's okay. That's okay to doubt me. A lot of people do not want some dumb idiot from fucking Florida who used to be a millwright and a YOLO douchebag to be right. They hate that. They hate that more than anything, that I'm right about half of the shit. Why? I have way more worldly experience. Some people were like, this was their first job. Some people in the automotive performance and racing industry, this is their first job. And they wrote articles or they did social media posts or whatever, and then they just kept doing. They never went out to the real world and saw what was happening. I did. That's all I've done my whole life. And I'm just like, electric's the fucking future, motherfucker. Watch iRobot. iRobot has control. Vicky, the brain at iRobot, has control of the cars, all the robots, all the computers. It's an all-knowing AI that takes over the fucking earth and says the only way to save humans is to pretty much keep them locked inside their house. Listen to those words. Vicky says the only way to save humans is to lock them in the house and limit their movement. What's going on right now with the mandates, with the masks, with the shutdowns? Oof. Fucking movie told the future, bro. Zombie says I could buy a 19 S550 right now or put a good down payment on a 19 GT350. S550. I plan on boosting either one and go around 650 wheels since all I have is 93 octane. What would you recommend? The S550. Because you're not going to stay at 650. You're going to want 800, 900 because if any 85 stations opens up in your area, you're going to want some of that sauce. JD Swag says, Alex, is the race gas fuel concentrate any good? I don't even know what the hell that is. Race gas fuel concentrate? Can you give me like a more specific example, bro? I don't know what that is. EPA's in the house. How you doing, EPA? I share the same bar of soap with my dad and feet, says Chaz Bono. Good shit. I love the show, Alex. Really helps me get through second shift. Keep up the great content, says One Slow 50. Clip Clop says, overclock that bit on the Model S Plaid from Unplugged Performance. Donald Trump says, that little man. Blake Bailey, I think it could be done, especially for electric cars, but they won't, in my opinion. What did Blake Bailey say that prompted that? I'm not going to go up too far because you guys just get lost in the weeds. Boosted 10 or 80 says, hey, Alex, I got a second gear leave tune. Do I put it in sport mode at second gear and then bump it into drive? Oh, what? You got a second gear leave tune. Put it in drive and it goes into second automatically. It's an automatic transmission. Put it in drive and it will show a 2 on the display. That means you're in second gear. Mechanics barely use pneumatic tools anymore. Everything is electric impacts. Oh my God, John DiNapoli. How many mechanics, techs, go, fuck, this snap-on 18-volt fire, I fucking look at this 3/4 drive. Brrr. Oh, this thing's amazing. I got a snap-on 1/2-inch impact. I got a snap-on 3/8 impact. I use that bitch for everything. Everywhere. And in the same breath, fuck electric car. They're bullshit. Fuck electric. Ice for the win. No soul. Then they go to their fucking box and drool over a 24-volt or 18-volt lithium battery-powered impact. Stupid motherfucker. You stupid ass motherfucker. Dumb cunt. Stupid cunt. Dumb motherfucker. Oh, fuck electric cars. Boy, I got this new snap-on. This ain't fucking legit. It flung a bolt out and it broke in my hand. The torque is amazing. It almost broke my wrist. You're a fucking moron. And in the same breath, you're like, fuck ice, fuck electric cars, ice cars forever. Stupid ass motherfucker. How do you think this will affect the Ford crate motor segment, Rupier? I think that's separate. I think that's 100% separate. I think, look, remember, what's up, buddy? Come on in. He somehow got out of the crate and nudged his way in. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's go. Say hi to the people. Come on. Anyway, I think Ford Racing, the crate motor program is going to stay the same because I don't think they base it all the time off of what they got going on in vehicles. You know, and I know, Ford Racing introduced a Iron Block Coyote like forever ago. Come on, buddy. Like forever ago. Come on. Let's say hi to the people. Like they introduced a, some people say, oh, I can't believe I'm taking advice from a guy that pets his dog in his efficiency. Well, you're looking at me. Ford introduced an Iron Block Coyote and a couple of dumb cunts that I know, love you guys. You are just stupid. You were like, I can't wait for that thing to show up. Finally, we're going to have blocks that can hold 2,000 horsepower. Are you fucking insane? Then Ford introduced the 5.2 Predator and they shut their hole. The 5.2 Predator with no sleeves is out there getting 1,000, 1,200. Where's the Iron Block Coyote, homeboys? Where are they at? Nowhere. So Ford just does shit. Ford will just do things. And I don't think anything that happens with the engine, with the cars in terms of like ICE vehicles, I don't think it's going to mess with their program, because this is why. 3/4 ton trucks are not going to be electric, guys. It's passenger vehicles that are affected by this. Again, it's passenger vehicles that are beholden to CAFE standards and mile per gallon mandates. But does an F-250 meet CAFE standards? Does an F-350 gas meet CAFE? No, guys. This is all for passenger vehicles. Heavy duty cars are exempt from all this shit. Heavy duty trucks are exempt from this. Do you think the trucking industry by 2030 is going to become electric? Fuck no. Fuck no. This is only for passenger vehicles. So relax. Setting you a picture on email. Gotcha. King Yodi says, Alex, what up? Going sequential PPG T56 in my 15 GT. Do I need a standalone or can retain the stock ECU? Also, does Lund support standalone? Thanks, King Yodi. We don't support standalone in S550 unless we get our hands on one. So once we get our hand on like a Motec unit or something like that, which we did buy a black S550 for testing, but Vit and the guys have yet to get us something to work with. But the PPG T56 has nothing to do with a standalone. It's its own thing, guys. Dude, it's a manual transmission. Are you asking about spark cut and all that stuff? Because that's like not what we do. If you have a PPG sequential T56, isn't that all mechanical in its own little thing? 2000 MCR Tony is getting super big. Tony is a man. Tony's a legit. I used to hold him in my. He is a man. Been paying Alex 8 months straight. He still hasn't put that wrench to good use, says Kenny G. Do you think Ford will keep the manual transmission until 2030 or discontinue before then? I think Ford is going to keep the manual transmission, guys. It's interesting in the tuning system, in the tuning queue. When you could see trends happening. There's trends. We're the biggest Ford tuner, period. So when I see a trend, I talk about it. I react to it. And manual Mustangs are making a huge comeback. 10 or 80 cars are awesome and fun, but eventually people say, it's fucking boring. Yeah, I'm racing and I might be winning more races than anything, but it's boring. There is no manipulation. There's nothing I can do. You can't break loose in second gear. You can't do power slides without the thing upshifting like a dumbass. And you're just like, you can't road race. You can road race and do really well, but you would rather have driver input. And I understand ICE guys and ICE cars, and me myself, am a proponent of manual cars. So you see manual cars are making a huge comeback. Gen 1 Mustangs are making a huge comeback because of the market. So people are buying used Gen 1 Mustangs manual because there are more manual Gen 1 Mustangs than automatic Gen 1 Mustangs. But Gen 2 started to change that. Then Gen 3 absolutely destroyed that. And the 10R80 kind of changed the way because everyone wanted to be fast. Then everyone's fast because everyone's on the same level playing field. Now they figured out maybe being fast ain't shit. Maybe I want to be a better driver. Maybe I want to do different things in my car. Maybe I want to enjoy my vehicle in a different way. Canyon carving, road racing, autocross, stuff like that. And they chose for the manual. And so I think Ford knows that. And they're like, depending on how many units we sell, we might just keep the manual. Hey, Alex, in your opinion, did I get shafted? I just got a Ford Innovations return style system for $1,800 new in the box. I sent you the kit details on Insta. Yeah, I'm not going to stop the show, but $1,800 is about right. A fully loaded crazy system is about $2,200. So you probably did pretty well. Tony's huge. Hey, Alex, thanks for all the good info. Thank you. Appreciate that. Does Lund support FIC 1440s? Abso-freaking-lutely. FIC 1440s are a very good injector, an interim injector. If you want to make over 1100 wheel, but not necessarily 1400, I think you're good to go with 1440s. And I have 1440s and a pump gas application in my 2019 Mustang, and they're awesome. Getting 5 to 6 positive knock at low RPM, high load. At what? It's negative every time. Trying to determine if it's false, which I think it is. My driveline is loud, the dual disc and one-piece drive shaft. Could that be the issue? Yep. Low load. When you mean high load, do you mean like when you're lugging it, or do you mean when you are physically producing a lot of air load? If you're lugging it like fifth gear, 2,000 RPMs, and you stab it, then you're going to probably get knocked. The rotor pack's going to go, and the crank is just going to be like, I need more RPM to make sure this thing doesn't knock like a motherfucker. Do not chew that. Do not chew that, bro. He's going to chew it. Anyway. Matt Decker is gave me $10. Thank you very much. Madi50 says, iron blocks, ask LS guys when they do that mistake with LQ9 with added weight to the already heavy nose F body and suffer all the traction issues. No, but these guys, shout out to them. You know who you are. You know who you are, Iron Coyote proponents. You remember how you were saying some dumb ass shit like, I can't wait till the Iron Coyote comes out. This thing's going to be able to hold 2,000 horsepower. Show me all these badass race cars with iron engines in them. Go ahead. Show me these Billy badass engines that are iron that people are choosing over aluminum sleeved. I'll wait. Alex just did a log with the N2MB installed and STFT Bank 1 reads rich. Bank 2 reads 1.0 at 5,000 RPMs. Stop logging. I was going to send it to you, but saw you were live. I mean, send it. Send it. I'm not going to do you guys think I'm going to answer instantly to emails and logs? Guys, if you're in the ticket system, send the log in, and the sooner you send it in, the sooner I can get to you. My favorite is people go, I'm going to wait till Alex is on tomorrow, and I'm going to send the log in at 8 o'clock in the morning. You send it in at 8 in the morning, guess what, buddy? You're 88th in the tune queue. Because everyone else logged overnight, sent it in, and I work from earliest received, earliest to latest. So if you send it in at 8 a.m. thinking I'm going to get to it earlier, you got it backwards. Venom 800 gave me 5 Canadian doll hairs. Got a 13 GT track pack, 373s, E85, some bolt-ons, dynoed 400 wheel. Stock clutch, 112, still feels like new, but has 7,000 RPM lockout. Normal. Have you personally used Exetti Mach 500? No. Trying to stay single versus RST twin is to keep near stock feel. Car is strictly street used. And yeah, I would prefer an Exetti because usually the issue is the pressure plate. It just doesn't release the clutch. Everyone does the Band-Aids. Everyone does the line, everyone does the shifter, everyone does the blowjob bracket, everyone does all this dumb shit, and it's usually the clutch and pressure plate that are the issue. Is running a turbo guard on the Paxton all right over the intake and avoid knock? Yeah, Chris Solo, but the problem is even the turbo guard can allow particulates into the impeller that cause it to chip, so you're probably better off protecting the impeller with a high-flowing filter, like, believe it or not, PMAS makes a high-flowing filter at the end of the elbow for the Paxton and Vortec units, and there's rarely any power loss. It's literally like makes about the same power. Love the hat. Thank you. No, Lund Racing's hats are so fucking legit. I saw their new hats. These are their old hats here, and I love their old hats. I love the design. I've always loved the Lund Racing designed hats. It looks really good, but this little hat, it's kind of like a leather patch. It's super badass. Made by a different company. This is Flex Fit, and I forget where this one is. I can't take it off. I think it's Flex Fit also. Beefcake Race says Mach 500 is great as long as no burnouts or clutch dumps. Organic does not like heat. If tracking, go Mach 600. Thank you, Beefcake Racing. Showing up in the house. How you doing? Just sent the log. What do you think? 2011 GT. Just sent the log. Take a look at it right now live. Hi, Alex. I own a 19 Mustang GT Premium. Ben Callum is going to build the MTD2 trans for me. And what is a proven reliable build to make 750 to 900? Supercharger, Procharger, or Turbo? Guys, did you hear what he just said? Christopher Connor says, what's a reliable build to make 750 to 900? Supercharger, Procharger, or Turbo? Should I go in or should I just let you guys have it? I'm going to let you guys have it. Because we know a Procharger is not a supercharger, right? It's something totally different. So out of those three, I think you should go with a Procharger. I think you should go with a Procharger. What the fuck? What is happening? And you know, people have said that. Hey, I want to go supercharger. Okay, well, should I go supercharger or Procharger? I'm like, you know, it's the same thing, right? It's a belt-driven air pump. Yeah, but one's Procharger. It superchargers professionally. It's a professional charger. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Any Champ Snap content coming up? No, stop asking. Alex, please don't yell in the mic. Please don't yell in the mic. Alex, with the PMAS, would I have to log it or be all right? By the way, you tuned my car. Chris Solo, the mass airflow sensor is in the charge pipe. I do not care what you do before it. What you do before it, and it sucks in air, and then the mass airflow sensor senses what the deal is. You can do whatever you want before the supercharger. It doesn't matter to us. Zombie, I became a Toting level, the highest level. Thank you. Or that's like middle level. Chris Conner, give me $5. I already said that. Do a dual electric turbo that to do it, 48 volts. It has a pro in it, so pros use it. See? Yeah, look, I don't want a TVS. That's not a good supercharger. And you know, it's a supercharger. I want a pro charger. I don't want a supercharger. Wow. That's legit. That happened. Make Tony a man and hook him up with a Pooch Pro, says Root Beer. That's weird. Just go try charge with 7.5-inch pistons. Guys, we got to play that. We got to play that. Intaker, 7. Oh, man, you're going to fall. You are so big. 7.5-inch pistons. 7.5. We got to play that. It's a classic. It's a classic video. One of the early Ricer videos that was just wonderful. And we had a gentleman just remind us of how some people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they should not fuck with cars ever. Like seriously, ever. Minute and 22 seconds of nostalgia.
What do you have done?
7.5-inch pistons in there, intaker. Fucking combustion's up to about 7.5 in there. Ran
Combustion is up to 7.5.
about close to about 10 seconds. Well, not even close to 10 seconds. Probably about 12 seconds flat.
12 seconds flat?
Yeah.
How much do you dyno at?
Shit, man. I'm supposed to be pushing 600, but fucking one tire's only spinning on it, so.
Oh, tires are spinning. He slapped the hood.
What size injectors do you have?
I forgot what size was it, man.
I forgot what size. Look at I forgot
what size was it, yo.
Is it Windvale Blue? Every fuckboy has Windvale
Probably
Blue.
by 4 to 5 months, we'll be ready again. Twin turbos and a supercharger back inside of it again.
Wow. Yeah. All three of them tri-charged or?
Yeah, lower down the combustion that we can handle the charging more.
Oh, lower. You know, his theories aren't wrong. Lower down the combustion more so it can handle the charging more.
How many pounds are you gonna run?
18.
That's interesting. He says how many pounds you run, and he said it like a reasonable number, 18.
Sick.
Yeah. Try putting 200 shot NOS in it too.
200 shot with 18 pounds, all of it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Is the motor gonna hold?
Hope so, man. 7.5-inch pistons, better.
Oh, Pro Charger or Supercharger? I get people who ask me all the time, what made you go with a Pro Charger over a Supercharger? I don't even answer the question. Channel support for another lap dance in GTA. Look, he's not far from the strip club, guys. If the chat gets up to, okay. If the chat passes $500 of donation, I'll get this guy in the strip club. He's right around the corner from the strip club. Only the real ones know what happened at the strip club on Grand Theft Auto yesterday. Damn, this is OG. This never gets old. Intaker, what the fuck? It better work. I lowered the combustion shit. I'm going to put some NOS in there too. Supercharger or Pro Charger? I have 1,000 pulse per minute injectors. Laughing my ass off. By what year do you predict engines to get outlawed? Well, supposedly GM is going to go all electric in a couple of years. Dodge, I think, stopped making ICE Chargers and Challengers. So could you imagine you go now to a, let's say you're a typical Charger owner or Challenger owner, and you go to the dealership and like, man, shit. Wait, no copyright rap music. Copyright rap music. I gotta set the scene. Top 20 non-copyrighted rap hip hop songs 2020. Here we go. Let's see. Let me lower the volume a little bit. There we go. Come on. Hey man, yo man, I want me one of them Chargers and make all that sound, and I could just be in the middle of the intersection, just hanging out the window with my boys. Excuse me, sir. Dodge has gone 100% electric, and there are no more Chargers and Challengers that are ICE vehicles. Man, what you mean, motherfucker? What the fuck you mean, motherfucker? I got a 402 credit score. Yeah, sir, it's all electric now. Do you have a charging station? Motherfucker, D-Block don't got no electric stations. Oh, you're racist, Alex. No, I'm deadly accurate. Channel support for another lap dance in GTA. Got that. 200 Zendes. Gonna buy a 15 to 17 S550, and as soon as I sell my Audi all-road and replace it with a Tacoma to daily, I live in Illinois, so I need a daily for the winter. I can't wait to get Luntuned and boosted. Nice one, Resendes. Ian Martha, for making it rain in GTA. I will make it rain in GTA. I will make it rain in GTA if this thing gets over 500 on the chat. Donation towards GTA Challenge. I will give him a lap dance and let the whole thing play out behind me. I will give Homeboy a lap dance and let the whole thing play out behind me. ESS Supercharger update, nothing. Timothy Fush has still not installed the Supercharger, to not be confused with the Pro Charger. Hunter Walker, I have to chop. Vagina, says Juan Resendez. Wow, Paxton is better than a Pro Charger, says CJ Cuyar. I'm a tech at a Dodge dealer, and the stuff I see, let me just say, it's in Detroit. Is it weird that everyone in the hood gets a Charger before it was a Crown Vic? They love police cars. 102 credit score, laughing my ass off. But I just got my credit score up to 392. I thought that's when you're supposed to come in here. I thought you were supposed to come in this bit when my credit score was 392. I thought that's what it meant on the side. You know what I'm saying? I thought that thing on the side meant the credit score. You telling me that's the engine side? And now that shit gonna go away, bit? Yes, sir. Sent you a meme on IG from What Up Slime. Here we go. People sending me stuff on IG. He's probably not a friend of mine. He doesn't even follow. I don't even follow him. Now we got to go to the requests. What Up Slime? And what is this? Is this a meme or is this like a video? This looks like a video, dude. Some people always, how I learned too much about cars. Oh no, what is this?
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, leave the comedy to me. Love you. Love you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Leave the comedy to me. Southside Chicago be like, oh shit. You see Mike or ask Beef? Okay. Beef boosted 1080. Kenny G video. Chat number went down after we started clowning. Exactly. It went straight down. This chat will be banned after this show if he goes into the strip club. Mohammed SCT 500 likes it. Dude, I'm not even going to ask Mohammed SVT 500 what happens in his country. Dodge owners have left the chat. Exactly. Alex, I have to spend 5 times the amount of time on the phone with Dodge customers than Mustang customers. All of them. Are you serious? Beefcake? What are the conversations like? Because when I worked at VMP, by the way, what an awful position to be a tuner and answer phones. There was this engineer dude who was too smart for his own good. Well, I'm looking at the values on Excel, and what it tells me is that it's interpolating the data of the inferred data. He just like, drive the car. But the data is not, and they wanted to be smarter than they were. And I'm like, I see the tuning queue going up and up and up, and I'm like, fuck. Talking to this guy about dumb shit is delaying me getting these tunes out the door. Zombie gave me $10. Thank you, sir, very much. I appreciate you. Any car but Mopar. Wow, you literally spend more time with Mopar owners. I wonder why. Like, I got a guy in the complex here. Nice guy. Has a V6 Challenger. V6 Challenger. And he goes, hey, man, I was looking into some Nas, and he said Nas, because that's how you know someone don't know shit about cars, because they reference Nas from Fast and Furious. They go Nas. I was thinking of some Nas and maybe a filter, something like that. I want to hop it up. I'll put some. I want to put some turbos on it. And I'm just like, he opened the Summit catalog and goes, man, I want to put some Krager SS's on this bit, some Thrush mufflers, and a K&N intake for my 477 for my 650 Cobb. And I go, sir, none of those parts belong in your vehicle. Ah, for real? Yeah, for real. So what should I do? And I'm like, what do you want to do? He goes, man, I want to be Hellcats. And I'm like, in your V6 Challenger? He goes, yeah, man, I want to be Hellcats. And I'm like, I love you, man. The only way you're going to beat another Hellcat is either buy a Mustang and hop it up or buy a Hellcat and hop it up better than all the other Hellcats. For real? I'm like, yeah, for real. But what about Thrush mufflers and Krager SS's? I wish I would recorded that conversation. Cuban Coyote says, thanks for all the help you provide in guiding me the right way with the build. Also, I have no idea why the fuck people thought I blew up. Alex, did you watch PRI YouTube video about EPA? Nope, because they're not going to tell me anything new. They're just going to say, man, this fucking sucks. I'm going to go, cool. What are you doing about it? Nothing. Engineers are the worst thing even for people like me in IT because they know everything. Someone says, hit the like button. We are over 50% with the like to concurrent viewer ratio, so I appreciate that very much. Welcome to 4 weeks ago, Madi. My Arab friend said that they go to strip clubs to look at ankles. Ankles? Oh, you... Oh, man, I go to club and this woman, she had... Wait, are you sitting down, Ahmed? Yes, Mohammed. Her ankles showed a lot of bone and vein. Oh, man, that's sick, bro. Where's this strip club at? Yemen. What? By where? Okay, you go to the dirt. The dirt. Yeah, the dirt, and take a left and take a right at the other dirt pile. Okay, that's where the strip. Yes, that's where the strip. Oh, thank you. Fuck you, man. We got cities. Sure you do. Shit. I swear to God, bro. Juan Resendez. Mustang laughs in the house. He goes, I got bed bugs at Mustang Week. Oh, that's good shit. I'm always rooting for you when I see the videos. Cuban Coyote got it. That says, would you ever do drag week? Yes, but not the drag week that like Rocky Mountain drag week. No, thank you. I'll do the other drag week. Oh my God. Look. Oh, okay. I'm in Yemen. I took a left at the dirt and I took a right at the other dirt. Oh, there's the strip club. Look. I don't know if I make fun of that. I might get some real backlash, but I make fun of everybody. Oh, he wasn't kidding. There's so much ankle. Hey, Steve, do you see how much ankle is in this club? Oh man, the ankle is way better than the one over in street. Yeah, I agree 100%. The ankle in here is top notch. I'm going to have orgasm, but I cannot touch myself. Look at what I started, says Juan Resendez. Any thoughts on running the CJ intake with the Paxton of Vortec? Is there any benefit to the Boss? Is the Boss way to go? I think the Boss is the way to go just to keep things simple between you and your tuner. But there are benefits to running the CJ intake just in terms of power delivery and power curve, especially up top due to the manifold design. That seems to be more or less the limitation of how the power curve is shaped on the dyno by the manifold that you're using. Do you know what I'm saying? Best budget short block for Gen 1 with a VMP Gen 3R, Gen 3 or Boss short block. Boss short block or Gen 2 Mustang short block if you can find it. So I won't be seeing Alex at the club in Yemen then? No, definitely not. Alex being a drag king confirmed. God. Look, I wouldn't go to the Rocky Mountain one. I don't know. Altitude. But they do different ones, right? They do drag week in different areas. I would do it if they did like a southeast swing. Like a southeast swing, I would definitely consider it. I don't know what vehicle I'd do it in. Probably the Fairmont. That's the only one that's kind of cool. And I would shoot for the 850 class, but I would suck at it. You must be new to the game. Slow White, I guess so. Hey, Alex, which supercharger would you recommend for a daily driving GT350 around 600 wheel? Look, guys, Pro Charger or a supercharger would do well. So Pro Charger, which is not a supercharger, a Vortec, Whipple, dude, you're falling. You're just too fucking big. But I'd like that you're just chilling, falling asleep. That's good. There you go. You can just not tear up the house while you're sitting there. At the strip in drag mode, my car wheel hopped so bad during the 1-2 shift that it cut power for a second. I have to leave it in second. Are you turning off advanced track? Turn off advanced track or unplug the ABS pigtail by the cold air and you won't have any power loss. Mondragon Chiropractic is legit, guys. Legit. So, okay, guys, let me ask you. Based on the lack of tuning support that every Mustang is going to have going forward, like every Mustang going forward is going to have a lack of tuning support, that's going to make you decide Gen 3, Gen 2, or Gen 1, right? And then you have to go back to the videos that I was talking about, right? If you want a fast NA car, to me, it's either a manual Gen 1 or an auto Gen 3. That's to me like going to be the hot ticket item. So if you own a manual Gen 1 unmolested car, especially 13, 14, get ready. You keep that car a couple of years, it's going to be worth really good money in my opinion. Someone like me is going to want that car. A manual Gen 1 car, because of the solid rear axle, is highly desirable for NA applications. Boosted, sure, to make big power, but I just think NA and stick, that's the best combo for Coyote-equipped Mustangs. Now, NA, if you want to stay NA, auto, Gen 3 seems to be really well. Gen 3 10R80 is going to do great in rolls, and you've seen what some of the NA cars can do with a couple of bolt-ons. It can actually do really well. But in my opinion, Gen 2 is going to remain daddy. It's going to remain King Daddy. It's going to remain boosted, 6R80, 12, 13, 1400 wheel and up, Billy badass builds are going to be Gen 2 S550. Why? The 6R80 with Blue Streak Performance and all of the parts that they're bringing out there, even Beefcake, now they're talking about like an E-clutch upgrade or something like that for 6R80s where they now have like a billet drum or something like that. That's amazing. That's what was needed because some of those drums were expanding. So to me, Gen 2 S550 is going to be King Daddy for big horsepower builds going forward. So someone like me is not even interested in buying a brand new Mustang where I have to wait 1 or 2 years to then have limited tuning support. It will always be behind the times. 2018 Mustangs were going 10s in 2017. That's right. 2018 Mustangs started hitting the lots late 2017, and Lund Racing had a 10-second NA Mustang that January of 2018 or December of 2017. So tuning was on the money. It was already available. People were going fast out the gate. 2021 Mustang still to this day cannot get Billy Badass tune support. They don't have all the parameters, all the access. We simply do not have it. What do you think is going to happen in 22, 23, 28, and 30? Do you think I'm going to buy a car because I'm going to mod every vehicle I get? Do you think I'm going to buy a new Mustang to clout chase? Nope. I want to go fast now, and I would stick to the stuff that is already tunable. So Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 Mustang guys up to 2020, get ready. There is going to be a big market for your vehicles in about 3 to 4 years. My S550, I could probably get $25,000 for, maybe more. 30,000 mile premium 6R80 S550, and if I can get it to go 10s fully loaded, I can ask for more, but I won't go past 25 because I kind of know what that car is worth. I know what's done to it. I know the pedigree, but it has a history. So I'm not going to gouge someone for that vehicle. I'm going to give a fair price. But Gen 1 manual Mustang guys, boy, keep those guys because it's like almost like a mini investment. You're going to start to see the value start to creep up. And for the first time in history, because you and I both know they're going away. They're going away. There will never be another Mustang after 2030 that has an internal combustion engine. So the price is going to go up. So keep those cars if you want to have a little mini investment in the future. I think it'll be worth it. Not a ton of money, but you're not going to lose money if you keep the car clean, low miles, and fairly in good shape. I got a 13 manual in black. Badass. Gen 2, can't wait for mine. Got it. I have a 13 GT manual. Gen 1. I'll say my 302 I'll sell my 302 oh my God, if you have a Boss 302, Dakota is sitting on a gold mine right now. Dakota from Lund Racing has a Kona Blue 2012 twin turbo 1,000 horsepower manual Boss 302 with working AC. I mean, and he drives it to work, chopping with his fucking turbos, making all this crazy noise. And I'm like, bro, you are sitting on a gold mine right now. Keep that sucker. Someone is going to pay you big money for that car. I don't know if my GT500 is going to be worth big money because it is not for everybody and it's mostly race only. It's not something that is street friendly. But if I put mufflers on it and AC, oh, mufflers and AC alone will make that car and wipers highly desirable again. So Whipple will be good for daily 350. What pulley size around 600? Stop it. Stop it, man. 10 PSI, man. 3.8 pulley. You'll be good to go. Stop it with the what pulley size is good for 600 real. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Just 10 PSI at most. And that's all that car needs, really. 1314 is going for over $27,000 in California right now. Not even what I paid. I sold my S197 6R80 for $27,350. And I have 30,000 miles on my red car. And if that car, I clean it up, got a couple imperfections, a couple of paint chips here and there, I'll get it cleaned up, paint it, not paint it, get a new hood because a couple chips on the hood and detail the shit out of it, bro, I could probably ask for whatever I want. Beefcake says BES Racing does all of our engines. We put them in our BES build and BES builds them. Got it. Coyote Austin says 66,000 miles on his car. I would love a silver and red Boss 302. That weird Laguna Seca color is so cool in my opinion. The Laguna Seca silver and red wheel Boss 302. And now no 50 people are now going to send me links to for sale sites. But look, it's either going to be that or a white Boss 302 if I end up with another S197. I got a 12 Boss now in yellow or orange. It's Kinji Alex. Changed my name because I don't have the 13 Boss anymore. Okay. I don't know who he is in the first place. I got my 350 with 5,000 miles for 47,000 last year. Now I'm seeing them go for 65,000. Always going faster. I would flip that car tonight. $5 if you show us your ankles, says Ian Martha. Hi, Alex. I got a 16 Mustang running E85 with a Paxton. Should I put heat sinks in the oxygen sensors? I literally cannot tell you to do anything to alter emissions components. Do you know what I'm saying? See, the way my bank account is set up, if Gen 1s keep going up, I'm going to buy an E90 M3 and leave it stock-ish. Understood. Someone said 470 wheel is cap. My 13 Boss 302 is still worth the same price I got it for 3 years ago. My black 13 GT Premium with Brembo package is peanut butter seats, 470 wheels, lightweight mod, 470 my ass. Get the fuck out of here, Michael Nunn. How the fuck you making 470 wheel? You got cams, FTW, and a ported CJ? Get out of here with that bullshit. King Yodi agrees with me. My Terminator still holds its value. King B, my bad, bro. Gotcha, Agent Orange. I still don't know who he is. Corey Cook says, my 13 GT was nice, but I like the interior of my 18 a little better. Got it. John DiNapoli says, love the school bus yellow Boss. Saw a guy make 1,000 wheel on his Boss 302. Stock engine. That is probably Dakota. Dakota is the guy that made 1,000, I think almost 1,100 wheel on his stock. Okay, stock bottom end. I can't say stock because it has cams. It's got locked cams. It's got different stuff. So stock bottom end, not stock engine. Stock engine to me means unopened. You just threw boost and fuel at it. Boost and E85. But everything else is stock. And I think Dakota technically isn't stock motor anymore. Maybe you could say stock long block, but he does have aftermarket cams. Comp Cam Stage 3 NAs. They're good for everything. Everything but cams. Got it. So we got that. Just keep in mind, once you become a seller, you become a buyer. Yeah, you're not wrong. My hope is that if I sell the red car, I just bank the money. I have put so much money in that car, 2 motors, 2 transmissions. It broke a bazillion things when it was making 900 wheel. And I thought to myself, I have lost so much money in this car. I just want to recoup some of it. And I think I'll be able to. That's why I'm not putting a drive shaft in it. I'm not putting axles in it. It's got stock axles, stock drive shaft. I am going to put a full Steeda suspension in it and go to the track and hope to go 10s in cool weather and then just sell the motherfucker and get it out of my life. You make your money when you buy. Got it. Got to run. Have a good night. Beefcake Racing. Thank you for popping in for a little bit. Answer some questions. You're a bro. I love you. I love you. Love you. Elijah's S550 says Gen 3, A10, Vortec V3, 3.6, pump gas. What spark plug gap do you recommend? yeah, 26,000 is a gap. 26,000 is a good gap for that particular setup. Have to go, Alex, says Shark Marls, but I liked the video. I appreciate you very much, sir, for liking the video. So yeah, I think in the future, you're going to be in good hands if you have kept your Coyote. Some guys are obsessive with how clean they keep their cars and everything. I ended up leasing another garage here, so I have 2 garages in the complex because the housing prices are not coming down, and I'm waiting for the crash to happen or the revolution, one of the two. We're either going to have a revolution where everything goes to shit and I just start killing people and taking their stuff. Because people are like, hey, Alex, how come you don't have guns? Because I'm going to kill the people that have guns because they can't defend themselves, and I'll use their guns. Or either that happens, the revolution, or housing price crashes because of the shit that's happening right now. It's just not sustainable. So I'm just kind of waiting on all that to happen. But in the meantime, I leased another one. Now I can work on the cars here. I have a completely big open bay again. So, and obviously shops were getting really stupid nowadays for pricing. So I leased another garage in the spot. I'll get you guys videos on that. And I'll probably do the clutch job on the white car this weekend or next weekend. Depends on what I got going on. Can't have a Lund Flex fuel tune on any boosted applications. You're right. No boosted Flex fuel tunes. And if you ask why, the same reason Ford doesn't do it. Mad Max style, exactly. The New World Order. S550 prices in Cali are kind of crazy. There's this guy with a Pro Charger and E85 asking $54,000. There's a guy here in West Palm Beach who has a Vortec V3, E85, manual 18, not even the cool one, asking $70,000. If he sold it, I would be super shocked. $70,000, ridiculous. But if someone's willing to pay for it, then that's what it's worth. Keep your ammo, kids, says Coyote Austin. Gen 1 with a Paxton has vapor coming out of both sides. Rings are gone. Should I throw a fuel system for 85 and send it, or build the same motor? And what route would you recommend? I have a number 7 cylinder that is down on compression. I'm going to drive it till it fucking explodes, because I'm going to take it out when it's not smoking, it's not burning oil, it's not driving badly. It actually feels really good. Only noticed it when it started one time, and I heard the idle kind of dip a little bit, and I went, this sounds kind of funky. So I thought to myself, do I build the motherfucker, or do I, just ride out with, and then eventually get a long block in it? So I'm just going to ride out and get a long block in it. For force induction tuning, does Lund need my stock tune or my Whipple tune? Do they build force induction tune from the ground up? I have an RTD device, 16 Ripple F-150. Don't even know what the fuck he's saying. If you have a Whipple F-150, we need your stock tune. We need your stock tune. But if you have any doubts about the process, because it is RTD and it is totally different, I would go to support@lundracing.com and ask that question there and get an official answer from one of our customer service reps. Dude, you stink. Hey, Alex, what tune setup do you recommend for an F-150? I don't even know what that means. What do you mean, what tune setup? What do you mean, what tune setup? Get a Lund tune. I mean, stock F-150s are flex capable, so you're going to get a flex tune right off the rip. And then if you want, you can get an E85 dedicated tune when you have nothing but E85 in the tank. And then, we can mess with the trans shifting and make it a little more aggressive, but there's no magic. It's one tune for that. Getting ready to start gutting the car. What should we do? Time to go fast. Well, Cuban, people gut the whole interior. They even go after the airbags. They even go after, everything, the sound deadening. They scrape some of the floor stuff. They gut it. King gut. Visors, interior, headliner, door panels. They do it all if you really want to go fast. Ask 661 Racing. If you sit like him, you are king gutted. He knows it. When the house market crashes, you'll get house tuning questions because poor people will buy it. Alex, my AC went out and my plumber put in a new toilet. Increase the timing for the floor plans? Exactly. I'm going to start getting, I hope not. Gosh, no. There's somebody asking $72,000 for a 93 Cobra with 40,000 miles on it. Somebody will buy it. Look, let me ask you. If you were loaded to the ceiling with money, and you saw a car you wanted that reminded you of your childhood, that you got laid in, that you lusted after ever since you were a kid, or it reminded you of a vehicle you used to have, then you got your chick pregnant, then you had to raise your kids, and you want to buy it back, you'll pay whatever. So some people do that. They put a crazy price out there just in case that is someone's perfect car. Because how many pristine, mint, original 93 Cobras do you see anymore? Not many. They've been modded, they've been S-trimmed, they've been fucked with, they've been trick flowed, they've been B, C, E, F, X cammed. They've been fucked every sorts of ways. I sold my Subaru and hopefully getting a Mustang soon, since Zombie. Hurricane Ida ruined my plans. I wasn't sure if the S550 or 350 was a better daily since I never drove one before. I mean, that's usually the telltale sign, right? Go drive one, see if it's right for you. And in my opinion, S550 GT is better than the GT350 because of future mods. Damn, that pup is growing fast. Yeah, he's a big motherfucker. And he's color. You're gonna jump? Bro, go for it. You a badass motherfucker, go for it. Oh, fuck it. You break something, you learn. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. No fuck. Well, you got a lapdog, motherfucker. It's either this or he's tearing up the house. Or he's in the crate. And I don't want to leave him in the crate. He's a good pup. I don't want to leave him in the crate. He was saying Roush with a Whipple. Stop it. Stop saying Ripple. So if it's got a Whipple and you have a Whipple tune in it, and you can get us the Whipple tune, we might be able to piggyback off of that. But sometimes we just like starting from scratch with our own shit. Especially if it's a Gen 1 or a Gen 2. Or even a Gen 3. If it's a Gen 1, 2, or 3, actually, yeah. Any generation, we want the stock tune so we can give you the base. We can give you the base. Because our base is pretty badass. Damn, I couldn't gut that much out of my car. That's ridiculous, says Too Sick Coyote, but that's what people do. He was saying, Roush, I got that. The car feels fine and drives good. On the fence about getting a Gen 2 short block with new pistons and internals, wonder if that's even worth it. I mean, it depends on what you want to do with the car. Depends on what you do with the car. The engine's going to be down anyway. So you either build that one or get a Gen 2 short block and just stuff your shit on it. No big deal. What's the lightest you've seen someone gut an S550? Thankfully, my full interior, heated seats, and AC C6E weighs 3097 with a quarter tank of gas without me in it. I've seen guys get down to 3300 to 3200, but that is king super sawzall gut. They're crazy. Imagine how easy it would be to roll back the odometer on a Fox body. Exactly. I wonder if I can get anything for my car. Might sell it and get an S550. Does he shed a lot? He doesn't shed that much. He's actually pretty good. I just don't pet him all that much or get him all rustled up, but he doesn't shed all that much. He's pretty good. Chris, I've seen 2900 on a drift setup. I don't know what he's talking about. Damn, Tony getting swole. This is a big Boston. Like, I had a Boston before. He is 4 months old. He was born on 5/27. So he's not even 4 months old. He's 13 days away from being 4 months old. This fucking thing is on crack. He's a big dude. So, and I feed him a lot because he seems to just want a lot. So I'm like, all right, I just keep feeding him, running him, and he keeps growing. So yeah, everyone loves the dog. So yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it all depends on what you want to do with the car. If I had a Gen 1 Coyote Mustang, the build would be just like Jeremiah Camp's. Jeremiah Camp has a Gen 2 bottom end, Gen 1 heads, Stage 3 comp cams, Paxton with a 20% lower and a 3.6 upper. And the thing is ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. Like, I'm going to die power. But that Gen 1 and the way the solid axle feels, and it is just perfect, in my opinion. One of the best feeling combinations out there, and it's hard to beat that if you have felt a 800 to 900 wheel manual S197. Very cool. It's got a Ben Calimer Stage 3. It's got an RXT. It's just badass stuff. Some crackhead said he saw an S550 at 2,700 pounds. Is it possible? Look, it's possible. Anything's possible. Lund Racing's Blue Goose is way over 3,000 pounds, and that sucker is front haft. It's gutted. It's got carbon doors. It's got carbon hood. It's got carbon trunk lid, and it's well over 3,000 pounds, guys. Any good 10R80 trans coolers road race the car and gets extremely hot after 2 to 3 hot laps. That's kind of what it's meant for. Like, stock S550s are not meant to do the 24 hours of Le Mans. It's just not meant to do that. It's meant to do 2 or 3 laps and you cool that bitch down. Imagine Coyote swapping a 14 Camaro SS, boosted the whole 9 yards, and taking it to LS Fest. They wouldn't let you in. They probably wouldn't let you in. I saw a 16 GT350R with low miles, $57,000. Good deal? Absolutely good deal. The problem with 16s or they call them the early GT350s, is oil consumption. A lot of them had oil consumption issues. A couple of them had issues with the filter, like flying off the bitch and like just flinging and getting rid of all the oil and then seizing the engine or causing a fire. Like, a bunch of things happened to the early GT350s that made them not desirable. But the nice thing about them is it made them cheap. So if I was going to buy a GT350, guys, imagine a GT350 with a 5.2 Predator block in it and a blower? Crossplane? Suspension is badass. Interior is badass. Brakes are badass. Exhaust is badass. But it is crossplane 5.2 with a Predator 11-to-1 compression and like a Whipple or a TVS or Odin or a Paxton or Vortec. Oof. 1,000 wheel Century GT350. It's going to happen. 5.2 Predator block, crossplane. It can be done. It can be done. The vid on Jeremiah's car is a great vid. It is, and I didn't think it was. Like when I was making it, I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. No one cares. For whatever reason, the combination of a S197 that's kind of raw and getting after it, people loved. While looking for a shop to install headers on my 350, few shops were perplexed when I told them I was Luntoon and didn't require a revision for headers. I simply moved on. Guys, you don't need a revision for headers if you're stock. You're gonna kick lights. The car is gonna run fine. Same thing with a Luntoon. Is King getting an S197 or S50 worth it over swapping the powertrain to a Fox chassis car? No, because you can almost never get an S550 or S197 under the magical 3,000 pound mark. Fox bodies are desirable for that reason. They already are light, so you're not going to... My Fairmont is 3,270 without me in it. 3,500 with me in it because I'm close to 230. So... It's long, but it's light-ish. That's how Adam LZ burnt down his 350. Oil filter O-ring came out the side and slung oil into the headers at the track, and it burned down. Look at that. Mike Flores Bolton. Here, there's a 14 RT 57 Roush truck for sale for $62,500. Passenger window doesn't work. On your Dream 350, what transmission? T56 or Ben Calamer, because Ben Calamer is now making badass stage 3s. And I would put a Ben Calamer MT82 in there before T56 or 100%. If I had the cash or fab skills, I'd 5.2 swap my C6Z and keep the stock weight to sub 3,100 pounds. Malegro says 1,000 horsepower 350. Bye-bye Tremec. Hello T56. Guess what a T56 is? It's a Tremec. Why do people do that? I will. That number just seems wild for a modern car this big. Got it. Is the Black Bean still at midnight? Yes, it's still at midnight. We need it back. We need it racing. We need it testing. We need it. So hopefully parts. I think it's parts, right? I think a lot of the delays are parts. So once he gets all the parts he needs, I'm hoping that thing's going to be up at Lund Racing HQ a long time before Mod Nats. Because we need to test locally. We need to test locally to get that car dialed in for Mod Nats. If not, it just doesn't show up. We'll bring the Blue Goose and the Gray Goose, but we won't bring the Black Bean. Hey, Alex, cars just seem to keep getting heavier each generation. When will the Mustang hit that 5,000 pound mark when it's hybrid or electric? When it's hybrid or electric. Actually, the Mustang Mach-E is already high fours, right? The Mustang Mach-E GT is already in the high fours or mid fours in terms of weight. It's a heavy sucker. I know that's not a real Mustang. I understand. Got about 15 minutes left, guys, so I'll get the fuck out of here after 15 minutes. So if you have any questions, don't say anything that I can't get your questions. I have 15 minutes left, and I'm going to get the hell out of here. It's an hour and a half show. Comment of the stream. I don't know what he's talking about. For Jeremiah's car, would you prefer a Magnum XL or the Calamer Trans? The Calamer Trans is perfect for that car. The Calamer Trans is perfect for that car. Don't get me wrong. The T56 is badass in its own right. But the Calamer Trans in that car, particularly with 331s, is perfect. On roll racing events, that thing traps 150 like nothing. With roll racing quarter mile events, it traps 150 like nothing. It's just badass stuff. Malegro says, you know what I meant to say. Got it. Would it be better to put a stage 3 into an MT82? What does he mean? Did you say that 6060 and T56 don't like higher revs? Yes, the T56 and the T56 and the 6060 do not like high revs. They're behind GT500s that max RPM at most is high sixes, low sevens. You won't really see a GT500 living above 7,000 RPMs, whereas Coyotes, especially modded ones, are way into the sevens. But Alex, 19 to 2350s already come with a 5.2 Predator block with 12-to-1 compression. Ask me how I know. Yeah, but they're flat plane crank. That's the issue. They're still limited. They're still limited by their rotating assembly. Don't care that it has a Predator block. They're limited by their rotating assembly. You're not going anywhere because you'll just piss and shit all over the apartment. I know you. Someone said ice. If you don't know what ice is right now, bro, you got to get your hand. You got to get your head out of your ass. ICE is internal combustion engines. That's the new moniker for gas-powered vehicles. Are you going to jump? Are you going to jump, dude? Fucking go for it, bro. You're a badass. You think you're a fucking badass at 4 months old? Get after it. Let's see if you break your fucking shoulder or something. Then I got to pay for it. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck's happening? Yeah, I'm going to put him in the crate. I'll make sure this guy don't do some dumb shit because he's liable to do some dumb shit. All right, let's lock you up for 10 minutes. All right, let him just relax in there. He's getting antsy. Next thing I see is shit my fucking lap. It was a dog, it wasn't me. Alex, I was watching your MST two-step video. Would you recommend that on a supercharged car for help launching? No, fuck no. I've heard that they're really bad cars that have blower rather than a turbo setup. I would not recommend a two-step on a blower car. I recommend you learn how to launch it, slip the clutch. I don't really recommend you flooring it. And it just, you're going to break everything. Oh, yeah. What's Ford going to do to top off horsepower war? The Predator Mustang, aka GT500, Predator equipped Mustang, GT500, is the only vehicle that I foresee Ford getting after. But the problem is pump gas. The reason the Chargers and Challengers can get away with an 800 horsepower number is because of displacement. They have a way bigger engine, and it is tolerant to pump gas octane and it makes power based on just its sheer size. Imagine the Coyote is 6 liters. That pump gas number goes from 755 on a Predator GT500 to about 820. Conservatively, imagine you have a 6.5 liter Coyote. What are we talking now? 900 horsepower Coyotes? But nope, it's a 5.2 and a 5.0, the variants. So you're limited by the size. So what do? They raise the compression to make up for the displacement. And they still supercharge it. And because of VCT and NOx sensors, it can run high compression, boosted, and still make really good power. But eventually that's just going to hit a wall and you won't be able to get any more power out of a Coyote. What's your favorite MTD2 fluid? I heard Calumet cocktail is not as stout as everyone made it to be. Should just do Ford stuff with the XL18 additive. Look, if you get a trans built by Ben Calumet, use what he tells you. Use what he tells you. If he's like, hey, this is the trans fluid to use, you can at least say, hey, you told me to use this stuff. So if anything happened, I really kind of went off of your recommendation. But if you don't get a trans built by him, I recommend you use regular Ford stuff. I recommend you use regular Ford stuff that Ford did all this research in and recommends on the vehicles and warranties the vehicles. I prefer my team, but have nothing against your team. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Too easy. Thanks. I watched your video on slipping the clutch, and I'm going to practice tomorrow and test in tonight. Got it. Alex, going to do that Gen 2 short block and all the new internals for my Gen 1 with the Paxton. That is smoking. Goal is 850 wheel and 85 reliable. Lund all the way. Thank you. That'll work very nicely. How about a 427 camera dual overhead cam like the Le Mans style 60s dual overhead cam? Yeah, that would be awesome. Josh Miles says, do you think you can make an in-depth detailed video on RTD and the differences between the engages for future customers who are looking to switch to learn, possibly start with Lund? No, I'm not going to do that versus the Engage because the Engage is superior. I'm sorry. It's just a superior product. I'm not saying the RTD is bad. I'm saying when you put both of them side by side, the Engage, you literally have an SD card. Put it in, flashes, ta-da, data log, but RTD requires a laptop, but they are going to come out with an app, a TDN or some kind of app that interfaces with your RTD. So your Bluetooth into, you use your phone and this is it's Bluetooth in and you get an email and there's your tune. So now you say send to RTD and the RTD receives it, upload to the vehicle, boop, flashes your car. These are your devices, your RTD and your phone. When that happens, I then will make a comparison with the Engage. Right now, the Engage can also be used with your cell phone if you have an SD card slot in it. That's right. Lund Racing sends you a tune. You put it on the SD card. You take the SD card out of the N-Gage, put it into the phone, plop it in, and then you can literally, this is your computer for the N-Gage. If you have an SD card, a slot in there, TDN app or whatever app what they're going to call the RTD, hopefully will make that possible with their new RTD tuner. But as of now, right now, you need a laptop and you need an internet connection for it to work properly. What will happen with used car prices? They're going to skyrocket because there's an end to ICE vehicles. So what's going to happen? One day someone's going to go, well, I want a 13 Mustang, I want an S550 Gen 2, and I want a GT500, right? And they're going to be like, they don't make them anymore. They stopped making them. They stopped making all internal combustion engines. So time to spend some money. And guess what? If you maintained your vehicle nicely and it is pretty mint, you can ask good money for it. Someone says, thanks. Well, we'll be able to monitor temps through the app. You should be able to data log through the app. But again, I have no details on it. There are some beta testers that are playing with it, but I am not privy to any of that stuff. If they come up with an app, I'd be more willing to switch. And if I have the ability to monitor signals like the N-Gage, that's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to monitor signals live. I think you can just data log based off of the configuration file we send to you, right? The tune is locked, guys. It's a remote tuning device. So you can only monitor what we allow you to monitor. Obviously, we want to see a lot of things, so we do send you a configuration file so that we can see the proper things to tune your car properly. And hopefully, you'll be able to see those on your app live. Excuse me. If they come up with an app, I already got that. Ashley Fox, my lady, how are you doing? She goes, King Bitcho, do you recommend anyone for tuning Audis? I don't know anything. I mean, I say Rentec, but that's like I don't know anything about Audis. Maybe Jay Rubin, who's in the chat and tells me how to do everything, maybe he can recommend some Audi tuners for you. I'm waiting for the app to come and just logging with the SET in the meantime. Got it. Mike Flores Bolton says, if I can tune and log with the RTD, anyone can. Exactly. Once I was able to see what the whole deal was, it ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. It's just a couple extra steps. So I will be coming out with video. I will use my Fairmont with my RTD and show you the whole process, what you need to do, how to license the vehicle, and how to data log it so that on the end user side of things, you can see how it goes, just like I did with the SET video. Alex, what's your thoughts on the Pro Charger for an 18 Auto? Look, Pro Chargers make good power. I don't know if the D is bigger than the P, heyo. But I've seen many Pro Chargers run 8s. I've seen many Pro Chargers make 1,000 wheel. So it all depends on how you want your power delivered and how long you want the crank to stay inside the car. I wish MHD would hop onto other platforms. Does he mean Lund? I use it for my B&W app and love it. I don't know what MHD is. Why don't they make another device like the N-Gage? My pardons if I'm missing an answer on my own question. Chaz Bono, the EPA is literally shutting down people that make certain devices or fining them so much that they have to go out of business. So imagine someone takes an N-Gage, reverse engineers it, starts selling it, starts selling thousands of them, and they get a knock on the door. And the EPA says, oh, by the way, every single device you sold is subject to a $14,000 fine because it violates the Clean Air Act, in their opinion, in their interpretation, which is 100% wrong. So that is, let's say you sold 5,000 N-Gages at $14,000 a fine a pop. Why would you take that risk? You wouldn't take that risk. Someone said APR tuning for Audi. How long did you plan for Tony? How long did you plan for Tony before you got him? Thank you. I planned for Tony a good year because after 3 years, I had another dog, Boston Terrier, me and my ex, and I missed him. He was a good pup. He's a fucking killer pup, not a dumb pit bull, smart, very active. I like an active dog. I don't like a boring dog, and super chill and smart. So about a year ago, I'm like, nah, I'd probably consider a pup. Like right after COVID and everything kind of died down, I'm like, I'd probably consider a pup. And sure enough, Jake was buying a dog, and he goes, hey, I want a Boston Terrier for Coco. Coco wants a little partner. And this woman has a litter for sale. And I'm like, really? So I looked around and Saw him and I'm like, get him. He's perfect. He's exactly what I wanted. So he's been really good. I've been very lucky and he's been a good pup. I haven't had to do much work. The first 2 or 3 months are the hardest and he's been actually pretty easy. Do we have to keep the RTD plugged into the OBD2 port? No. Or we could load the tune with RTD and use the N gauge as a gauge. Yes. With SVT, you can do that. You can load the tune with RTD and log with an N gauge if you have the ability to do that. On a naturally aspirated 18, A10, E85, will I run faster if I switch to Lund and RTD from a company that uses SET? I don't know the company who you're using. I think a Lund tune is going to be superior to all tunes, plain and simple. I see what you mean. Literally, the EPA is waiting to pop off and hand finds out exactly. You're going to buy that carb Fox body Sony. Are you going to buy that carbed Fox body Sony? Did he mean soon? No, nothing soon. I want to buy a house before I do all that shit. Which gen Mustang do you think Trump drives? I'm guessing the 13 GT500. No way. No way. That guy is a GT500, 2020 GT500 guy all the way. I mean, you'd hope he drives a badass car, but he doesn't. He's Trump. He's fucking billionaire, dude. Strip club time? Nope. The chat stayed at 3:41, so no strip club. No strip club. We got 5 minutes left. Thanks. That was only required because I thought it was my responsibility to monitor parameters while pushing the vehicle limits to avoid catastrophic failure. I'll be watching for the RTD video. No. When you're racing your car, guys, you have to be given the blessing from your tuner. Tune's good. Go race. Log every pass. You can't catch a car as it's about to blow up and have it not blow up because it happens like that. And sometimes the data log doesn't tell you a goddamn thing. Let's say mechanically you fling a rod. Short-term fuel trims are going to be good before you fling a rod. Fueling are going to be good before you fling a rod. Maybe knock is going to start to kick your ass a little bit. Milliseconds before the rod goes, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my goddamn girl. It's exits stage left. It's just gone. See you later. Baby, my heart's on fire. Oh, shit. Did you see the Coyote Swap Miata? Yep. Whack as fuck. This is why. You want to see what I think about a Coyote Swap Miata? Check it out. The moment I saw the Coyote Swap Miata videos, it's a blue, right? It's a blue one. LS, how to do you have a link? Oh, here it is. The world's first Coyote Swap Miata. It's not the world's first, but whatever. All right, let's show the video. Okay, here's the video. What's this? Filter. What's this? MAF sensor. Thing's gonna drive like shit. This thing is gonna drive, and he could say it drives wonderful. The moment you start driving and air hits this and causes insane turbulence in here, you're gonna start saying, oh, it surges a little bit. And even if you put a big dumb hood on it, it's gotta be really big and really dumb. To me, this is a build I would never have done or built. Cool fab work, yes. Wrong vehicle. Plain and simple. You put a badass engine into the gayest car ever made. Love ya. A lot of fab work to put it into a very gay car. When the filter is sticking out of the hood and this thing drives badly, starts badly, surges, MAF signal is wigged out. It's just, I would have never done that. I'm like, a Miata? Out of all things, a Miata? No, thank you. I thought you were a Chihuahua kind of guy. I'm having data logging with RTD. Doesn't want to start scanning AFR connecting to vehicle. After connecting to vehicle, JD Swag, hit us up. We'll send you a proper config. Usually a general config tends to fix the issues. Have a good one, Alex, and we all appreciate your help. Thank you, Thirds. I tried to talk a little bit today about the end of ICE vehicles. Hopefully you guys appreciate some of the insight that article had to bring, and I just gave you my opinion pretty much. I think I get more people on the daily watches than the Tuesdays because they're like, well, he's going to be on Tuesday. He's going to be on Wednesday and Thursday, so I'll just catch those shows better. I'll catch the replay. Cuban Cat says, catch y'all tomorrow. Everyone stay safe. See you later, Cuban. I checked my knock sensors, but my knock already happened. Exactly. When you look down and the knock is happening, it's over. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and it's over. I love the singing, dancing frog jingle. Unbelievable. See you, everyone. All right, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Get out. It's an hour and a half giving you some Talking Shit on Tuesday, regularly scheduled time. Tomorrow I'll be on at 5 o'clock. YDBT Daily, 5 o'clock for 1 hour talking shit. What happened during the day? Catch up on the show. Whatever happened during the day, we'll talk about it. Catch you guys leaving work, going into work. The daily shows are Wednesday and Thursday. So Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Peasant Chat. Out of here, guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.